So it's the hot topic that everyone's talking about, marijuana. It's going to be legal in Canada in October of 2018, and specifically it has a target date of October 17. With that, we have to be aware of how does that impact the workplace and what changes or what things should we be aware of to make sure that we're still in compliance at work. The short answer is no. And the reason for that is because of impairment. So you can't be impaired at work in the same way you can't be impaired by alcohol at work. So if you have a break and you go to lunch, you have a couple drinks at lunch, you can't show up at work, impaired and expect to be able to continue your work. So in the same way, if you're taking breaks, you can't be impaired by marijuana in the office as well. And employers should update their policies now that these new laws are coming into force. It's a best practice to make sure that everything is up to date. However, you just want to be mindful that you're not treating this differently if it is a disability that requires the use of medical marijuana. So you want to make sure to treat that the same way that you treat any other disability that requires the use of medication. Your employer does still have a duty to accommodate you. However, it's also part of your duty to keep your employer informed. So it's a back and forth conversation in terms of what accommodations would be most suitable. So in that, you want to make sure that you're also speaking to your employer about what you need, but that doesn't give you the full reign to be impaired at work. It has to be a give and take in terms of maybe working around a schedule that still takes into account your safety as well as the safety of others at work. Well, you have to take account of the laws, right? So there's still smoke-free laws. So those who smoke cigarettes, the same way they cannot smoke indoors, you wouldn't be able to smoke indoors either. So you have to take account of that, as well as whatever accommodations have been discussed with your employer in terms of when you can smoke, how that's going to affect your abilities at work, whether or not that's going to affect your ability to do the work or the safety of yourself or others. So all of those things have to be taken into account. And there has to be a conversation with your employer to make sure that both your needs and the needs of the workplace are being met.